Hello my beauties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shweta, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I suggest you do so right now, because I got the analytics from YouTube and I've been told 65% of you watch my video without hitting that red button. I'd like to know why. I mean, come on, just do a sister a favor, hit that red button. It really helps me out because I can't compete with the algorithm here on YouTube and on Instagram. So if you're coming from Instagram and you're doing that swipe up story, then you can just sign in and you can do so, okay? It would really help me out, because if it goes this way, then I don't think YouTube as a platform is worth my time anymore. So if you like me and you'd like to see my reviews or my videos, then you know what to do. Alright, so today we are going to be talking about the worst of 2019, and I hate doing videos of such because if you know me, by nature I like to give it a shot. I really like to give it my best try when it comes to makeup and skincare. I like to give it 3 months, and despite of that, if it didn't work for me, I thought of just accumulating and letting you guys know about the list so that it will be helpful for you to avoid or to buy, because it's all subjective. So don't get offended. This is not to diss any brand, okay? A disclaimer out there. For example, if there's a Nykaa product, don't leave comments like, oh, you're not sponsored by Nykaa, that's why you're offended. You don't sound intelligent when you leave a comment like that. Come on. Alright, so let's get started with the first one, and it's Huda Beauty, guys. Oh boy, I'm really frightened to start off with this. Nobody talks about the worst of Huda Beauty, I feel, because everyone wants her, them to be reposted by her or PR. So I think I'm just killing myself on this, but hey, when does Huda Beauty notice Indian bloggers anyway? So let's start off with the first thing that I did not like, and that's the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. Whatever I'm showing you guys, I have a whole separate review, so I'm just going to brush this through, because otherwise this is going to be a really long video and we're going to bore each other off. So this Faux Filter Foundation, you guys, it sits really well at first, okay? The moment that you apply, first of all, it's full coverage. It'll cover your past and your present mistakes. Is just amazing how amazing the coverage is, and when it sits on the face, it sits beautifully, and it does give you that faux filter kind of an effect. But after about an hour or two, it starts to emphasize the texture on your skin, okay? So even if you have clear skin, you would notice that it seeps into whatever open pores that you have, whatever lines that you have, it starts to resurface. So someone like me who's anyway got textured skin, this is not helping after a couple of hours. Now this foundation works really well when you mix it up with any other foundation. Some reason when it's mixed, it sits better. But you shouldn't be spending so much, or I'm talking about taking too much of effort to make this foundation work, especially when it is this costly. The second one is the Huda Beauty Matte and Metal. Now I know there are many who like this, there are many who don't, and I'm one of those that just did not enjoy this. It's a lovely concept that you get a matte eyeshadow on one side and you get a shimmery eyeshadow on the other side. When you apply the matte side, the matte eyeshadow, you don't get that much of playtime. What I'm trying to tell you is you have to blend it really quickly. If you are not very new to the makeup game of blending, you're going to find this really difficult. And for some reason, when you put the shimmery one on top of the matte one, it starts to split. If you want to make this work, then you have to do it separately. You can just put the matte and don't layer it with the shimmer, or you just apply the shimmer and that's it. I think there are better shimmery products out there in the market, affordable ones as well, because let's not forget, Huda is expensive. Now from the drugstore, I really like Makeup Revolution and Revolution Pro. Revolution Pro is a sister company of Makeup Revolution. And the first thing from Makeup Revolution is the Hydrate and Prime Primer, okay? Now this is a hydrating primer which they very recently released, and it goes on so tacky on the skin. It does hydrate at first when you apply that. You feel that little bit of that sheen and that hydration, and then suddenly it becomes so tacky, and from tacky it becomes sticky, and from sticky it becomes really dry. Very unusual formula, very strange this formula is, and I know the more the tackiness of a primer, the better the makeup sits, but it just dries up your skin after an hour or so. You feel that that tightness on your skin, okay, which shouldn't be there for a hydrating primer. It goes on very milky, so that it looks all fine at first, and then after that you're like, what just happened, you know? And the second one from Makeup Revolution is this Revolution foundation stick in the shade F10, and this one is very creamy. It definitely sits very well on the skin. There is a nice feel to it the moment you apply it. Then after that your face gets ultra oily. So if you have combination to oily skin, then this probably is not the one for you. I like the coverage of this. There's nothing to complain about where coverage is concerned, but I just did not like this tacky oily feel that it gives you after a couple of hours. Okay, it has a tendency of just again emphasizing my texture a lot more because it's so oily, and I have to keep powdering it, and then I keep layering it with powder, and then all of a sudden it just looks really weird on the skin. No guys, if you have acne prone textured skin and if you have oily skin, then this is not something that you will enjoy either. Alright, let's move on to the next brand, and that is Nykaa. And my god, did Nykaa launch one after the other this year, okay? But from a lot of things that they launched, there were a handful I think that really worked and was phenomenal for them, and there were many others that was a complete dud. Okay? So I have mentioned about what hasn't worked for me many times before in my what not to buy videos, okay? So I'm quickly going to brush through. The first one that I would ask you to stay away from is the essential oils. For some strange reason, I mean, if it worked for you, great, but essential oils as general is not something to be put directly on the skin, and for me it really burnt my skin, okay? That's one thing that I did not enjoy. Second one is BB cream. Again, I have mentioned this in my previous video, so I'm just brushing through. Did not sit well on my face, did not give me any coverage, emphasized texture, it emphasized my acne. It's very streaky, very patchy. I think it is one of the most disappointing base product from Nykaa, okay? The third one is the Nykaa gloss, and absolutely no, it's not something that I have enjoyed. I have mentioned this in my previous video that you rather pick up the Demi Matte from Nykaa than picking up their gloss. And it's not at all shiny. There's no high shine to it, though they claim it is. It's just a very basic gloss. You rather pick up Rimmel Oh My Gloss, which is affordable but not cruelty free, or Colourpop, which is just for $5. The shine on that is incredible. Tad bit sticky, but you know, because of the shine being so beautiful, that's how a gloss should be. And the other one is the Nykaa Molten Matte. Another very disappointing product from Nykaa, to be honest. I just did not know and understand what the hype was all about. It doesn't give you that right amount of pigmentation on the cheeks as well as on the lips. It's very light. It gives like a tint. If they had named this like a tint, then I can understand, because that's the kind of feel that I got out of it. It's just not very good. You rather go for the LAKME one, the lip and cheek one from LAKME 925, which is phenomenal, or you rather go for the YBP color creams, which is also another multi-purpose product for your lips, your cheeks, your eyelids, and it is just incredible. That's what you call pigmentation, okay? So the next one is also another skincare, and I think when it comes to skincare, Nykaa has not nailed the formula as such. I think there are still certain ingredients that are questionable, and it just doesn't work on many people, like for me, especially for sensitive skin, like their essential oils as well as their sheet mask. Now this sheet mask did not do anything for me. Actually, it irritated my skin just a tad bit. And sheet mask in general, okay, I made a video on why you should not be buying sheet mask anymore. It's not good for the environment. If you can just get rid of this from your skincare routine, I'm telling you, you're doing your skin a big favor, because it does absolutely nothing for your skin. I mentioned that completely in detail. I've mentioned about the 5 things that you should stop, so go check out that video, you guys. And I'm so glad so many of you resonated with it. So that's it from the Nykaa brand. The next product is Nykaa collaboration, okay, with Katrina Kaif, the K-Beauty. I've done a whole review of the K-Beauty stuff. I did like a few of their things, like their lip liner and their kajals are phenomenal, but this one, the lip topper, is just not worth the money, okay, because this is around 600 something, and first of all, the sizing of this is just, it's a joke. The wand is not application friendly, and I just did not like the way that it disappears on the lips, and I've shown you the entire demo in my last K-Beauty review. Just go check it out. You can see it disappearing on my lips, on top of lipstick, without the lipstick. So no guys. Alright beauties, let's move on to some lipsticks that just didn't catch my attention in the year 2019. The first one, I have mentioned this even in my previous video, waste of money even if it is less than 500, because I know so many of you are looking out for affordable versions. But guys, when you're buying ultra affordable lipsticks, you got to be very careful with the ingredients that they use, because so many of them have got some dangerous ingredients. I feel this is one of them. But there's a chemical smell that comes out of it. It just doesn't sit on the lips really well. It's a beautiful color. This one is called Rose, but I just hated the way it sits on the lips. It's very tacky. It starts to separate. It's the worst lipstick I have ever come across, okay? And the next one is Sephora, and this is the Sephora metallic lipsticks. Now Sephora is not cruelty free, but I've got a lot of Sephora lipsticks because I get gifted a lot of Sephora stuff for some strange reasons by my cousins from the Middle East. I did not like this at all. This is in the shade 05. It's a nice muted pink color, very pretty when it comes to its shade, but it just does not give you that shine. This one is still not worth your money, but yeah, I just thought it was worth mentioning because so many of you love Sephora lipsticks. I'm one of those. I think it is one of the best liquid lipsticks out there. The matte ones are to die for. I would say just avoid the metallic one, okay? The next one is, I know, surprise, surprise, okay? I like the color. I think they make phenomenal colors. I'm talking about, this is the MILANI liquid mattes, and just hear me out. I know so many of you are going to be like gasping because a lot of you love this. This is in the shade Loved, which is another love shade, number 12 from, by all of you, Adore and Loved. I think those are the two most popular shades from MILANI. Now, it's lovely. I'm not saying that it is the worst, but the thing is, it's very, very pigmented. Yes, the colors are incredible. But I think I have come to that stage in my life right now where I prefer a comfortable matte lipstick than a very, very drying lipstick. This is a drying lipstick. First of all, you can't layer it because the moment you start layering it, it starts to separate and it acts very weird on the lips. But after a couple of hours, I won't even say couple of hours, after 2 hours, I'm sure many of you have noticed how drying this is. Beautiful color selection, great pigmentation, sits beautifully for pictures, but not something that I enjoy wearing it on a day-to-day basis, okay? And it really saddens me because I love this color, okay? I just have this lipstick for its color and I use it mostly for pictures. And the last one that I just did not enjoy, you guys, and I know this is also something that many of you liked, and that is the Faceless Canada. This is the weightless matte finish lipstick. I love Faceless Canada. You guys know their lipsticks are my favorite. Their Kajal pencils are also another favorite of mine. I just felt that it lacked in its pigmentation. It has a drag on the lips and there's no consistency. So there are some lipsticks from the weightless matte collection that really works okay. And this one, Pretty Sepia, really drags and there's no pigmentation to it. So sadly I had to put this because if it had that pigmentation and it's comfortable once it's on the lips, it's okay, it's pretty decent. I was hoping that I would get a very affordable lipstick of really good quality, Faceless Canada quality, which this is not. Moving on to eye pencils, which I did not like this year, and the first one is LAKME, surprise surprise, because LAKME does make some really nice kajal pencil, but this one is the Natural Gel Eyeliner LAKME 925. This is infused with aloe vera and jojoba oil, whatever it's infused with. There is no pigmentation to this. I've tried to make this work as much as possible as an eyeliner, smudging it as an eyeshadow because it's got that shimmery hint of that shimmer to it. It just doesn't work for me, you guys, so I'm not enjoying this at all. The next one is Nykaa. Okay, so there is another Nykaa product that's made it to the list. That's the Rock the Line Kajal. Not something that's my favorite, a retractable one also. It just breaks very easy. It does not stay on the waterline. It smudges. It's not my favorite, and I can see why this is given for free. Every time you order from Nykaa, they'll give you a sheet mask or they'll give you this, because understandably so. This is just not worth it. Alright, so no. The next two are from NYX. These are the colored eye pencils called the Off Tropic. This was launched a couple of months ago. It was supposed to be this neon, vibrant eye pencils, which this is not. It's pretty okay. There's nothing that is that shocking neon that I was expecting, okay? And it is slightly expensive for a colored eye pencil. I'm not saying that it's the worst, but it could have been a little more vibrant, because this turns out to be just like any other colored eye pencil, okay? So yeah, not worth the money. Okay, the next one is the LAKME 925 by Face Foundation Drops. I mentioned this before. I can't believe that this is in the bestseller list in the LAKME website. So that means there's a lot of people who like this. This gives you no coverage. This gives you, there's nothing on the skin. It's, yeah, maybe it's supposed to give you a natural finish. So if you have beautiful skin, okay, that actually doesn't need foundation, then probably this is the one for you. The shade variety of this is a joke. So I'm in the shade Natural Almond, but this one is a big no-no. It makes me still look like someone from Ramsay Production House. And this is the reason why I'm so scared to try out any other LAKME products, but I have to, because I've been told that they have become a little more friendlier towards, you know, deeper skin tones. So I think I should just try that out. I should make another separate video. Let me know in the comment section if you'd like to see me try out LAKME foundation. But please, please stay away from this one. So earlier this year, a friend of mine who works for Boots, she gave me this sample kit of various skincare that Boots retail. And in that sample kit, I kid you not, there were about 7 of these Clinique. This is the moisturizing gel. This is the gel hydrant, which everybody loves, okay? And Clinique is not cruelty free, but I did try this one out just to see exactly what the hype was all about. But because Clinique is not cheap, it's not an affordable brand, okay? And Clinique as a brand, skincare brand, they're pretty good. There are many Clinique stuff that really works. But this one, you guys, not so much, okay? So it just gives that nice, light serum kind of a feel to the skin if you have oily skin, and it just does that. It doesn't do anything else. It won't break you out, but at the same time, it doesn't refine your skin in any other way, especially for the price that you're paying. So that's exactly what I was telling my friend working at Boots, and she agreed as well, okay? And so she was like, but what to do? People still buy it because of the brand name. So the second one is another bestseller from Boots, okay? In fact, UK people love this brand, and that's called Liz Earle. And this is their Cleanse and Polish Hot Cloth Cleanser. It's like a makeup remover cream. I won't even say it's like a cleansing balm. It's more like a cream that you apply on your face. I don't understand the hype, because there are better cleansing balms out there. There's a lot of effort that you have to put in taking off that makeup, because I noticed that really strong gel liners and waterproof makeup, you have to go on with it 2 times, okay? And it's just not worth it considering how much of money you're paying for this, because there's so many affordable cleansing balms out there that does a phenomenal job, okay? Even if you have to put an almond oil on your face, it will work much better on the first go itself. Alright, the next one is from the brand called Belief, and I did mention about the moisturizing cream in my last what not to buy from Nykaa video. If you missed it, go check it out, okay? Because Nykaa has a sale every now and then. And Belief Moisture Cream was definitely in that. I did mention it did absolutely nothing. Very much like the Clinique one. Sits on the face pretty decently, but it brings no difference to the face. And it's not a cheap product either. So there are better Indian skincare brands, okay, that are a little bit affordable, that does something for your skin. And just like the moisture cream, the other thing that I did not enjoy from Belief is the chamomile mask. And again, it sits really nice on the face. It's very cooling, and it does give you that little bit of a hydration for then, okay? It's almost like a sheet mask in a tub, okay? And it does nothing else for your skin. It doesn't refine the skin. It does not do anything for your acne, for your pigmentation, for your scars, whatever problems that you have for your skin, it does nothing. So if you're shelling out that money, you rather shell out for a product or for a mask that will make a difference, you know, where you can see that beautiful difference that your skin is going through. The next 2 to make it to the list is CGT Cosmetics, and this is the Magic Dust Deep Cleansing and Cooling Facial Scrub. I also mentioned this in What Not to Buy from Nykaa. Oh my god, this is a charcoal mask that has got these little beads, like a glitter beads to it. They're saying it's not glitter, they say it's environmental friendly. But there's a fragrance to this which is so strong. It's like applying a man's perfume on your face directly. You might as well take your husband or your boyfriend's perfume and spritz it directly on the face. This broke me out, and I cannot tell you the breakout. You're going to see that in my next video where I speak about it. When I apply the YVP Skin Elixir, I'm going to show you the breakout that I had was so severe, it was so aggressive, that it really scared me. Something about this didn't work. When it comes to charcoal anyway, for sensitive skin, you've got to thread very carefully. And this has got menthol and activated charcoal, 2 things that a sensitive skin person needs to play around with very, very carefully. Okay, so the next one is from CGT Cosmetics again, and this is the Sunscreen Facial Mist SPF 40. It also has a little bit of fragrance. It has a tendency of making your face oily. I try to make this work. It's actually a great idea to have a facial mist, especially if you want to do a sunscreen top-up. So that is why I went and got this. And I got this before my medical treatment started. And I'll explain in detail what I'm doing in the coming weeks, okay? What my treatment is all about. But when I started the medical treatment, my doctors gave me a list of ingredients that I need to avoid. And one of that was a chemical sunscreen. And this is a chemical sunscreen because it's got oxybenzone. And I'm really surprised this brand has made a chemical sunscreen, considering that they advocate, you know, clean, natural way of living. I wish that they had gone for a mineral one, okay? It would have been much safer, and I think I would have enjoyed this a little more, even though it made my skin oily, okay? It would have made top up a little easier, and the fragrance again, I mean, seriously, this brand needs to stop putting so much of fragrance. It's as bad as the Huda Beauty brand. And the last one to make it to the disappointing list of 2019 is the Havana Mango Sunscreen SPF 50, okay? This has got no parabens, no minerals, that's what they claim. But this brand in general, I've only liked 3 out of everything that I've tried. Everything else broke me out. The 3 that I liked is in my affordable Indian product video part 1. Okay, so go check it out. But this just doesn't sit well on the face. It gives you a white cast, okay, and at the same time it's so tacky and thick and sticky and oily after some time. It's not a great sunscreen. I've not enjoyed this at all, okay? And I know my sister who used this, she started breaking out as well. So even if they claim that this is safe to use, especially if you're undergoing treatment or if you are pregnant, I still wouldn't use this sunscreen because there's a lot of the ingredients that is from Good Vibes that are questionable, okay? That's all I'm going to say. So these are my disappointing products of 2019. Some new product launches, some old ones, but I had to give you an accumulation of what just didn't work for me, and I really tried to make it work, okay, this year. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video, made it easier for you to buy what you want or to avoid certain things, and that's what my channel is here for, to help you guys, okay? So please don't get offended if your favorite brand is mentioned. It's just all very subjective, and we are all here to help each other. Let me know what you did not like in the comment section. I always look forward to, you know, reading your comments. You guys know I always answer all of your comments, and I shall see you in my next, and that will be the best of 2019. Something to look forward to. Bye!